Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Overwatch Intel Extreme Masters Invitational here at Gyeonggi, Korea. Of course, there is the excellent stadium, and we are about ready to go for map number 3. It is Misfits versus Lunatic High. If you've just joined us, hello and welcome. Where the hell have you been? I am Lee D-Man Smith, and joining me is Jason Kaplan for this one. We're 2 maps down, and unfortunately for the Western world, that team on your screen, Misfits, the new creation of Misfits, is 2-0 down to Lunatic High after 2 tiebreakers on the ball.
Yeah, so we went on to Hollywood first, and that went the whole way for both teams, actually getting the completion in overtime. Then we went to the 1 minute for each team to successfully attack, and neither team was able to. Then Volskaya, both teams getting stopped at the final checkpoint. Lijiang Tower, though, with the performances we've seen for Misfits so far, and I want to have hope, it's going to be really rough for them on this map. I feel like the comps that they've been running with, like the triple take setup or the quad take setup, just hasn't necessarily been working out that well for them. Maybe they should change things up and go with what they're a little bit more comfortable with. Maybe go back to the old style of just playing like Gyeonggi Tracer, just being really aggressive and in their face. Because that's what Tavik even said back at APAC, is that when you play against the Korean teams, you play really aggressive and you catch them off guard, and that's how you win fights.
Well, there is Misfits, there's Lunatic High. Esker on your screen has been dominant so far. Both him and Taejeon have been really, really strong for Lunatic High today. Obviously, you can't do anything without the support of your team, and that's been really the problem. Obviously, we've been focusing on both Manaton and Tavik have both been doing their job, I think. Obviously, Taejeon very much shut down by Manaton in the last matchup there, but the problem is that it's just the complete team for Lunatic High, and obviously you're looking at Misfits, it's not the complete deal. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 about to start. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, Lijiang Tower, game number 3. It is Night Market to start things off here. Misfits in blue up against Lunatic High in the red. And already we're seeing changes certainly from Lunatic High. Not any changes from Misfits though.
Yeah, so I think we're seeing Taejeon try to deal with Manaton a different way. His Tracer wasn't working out against him, his Gyeonggi wasn't working out. He got hooked in almost every single time. So why not go Reaper? And with the help of Dean with the Discord Orb, you can take care of pretty much any of the tanks, pretty much anyone on the opposing team with relative ease. And with the Mei there out of Eska to kind of go back to the old school kind of meta, except they don't have the Ana, the Mei Reaper combo. You can separate targets, and you got some freeze targets to allow easy kills for Taejeon.
Oh, Lunatic High not having any of it. The usual mid-battler goes on, choosing instead to go around the side, and that's a great little separation. Reinforced, pinned in the corner. He's going to get the charge though down. Gets Esker in the back there. Is it going to be enough though? With that big tank down, Taejeon almost getting launched off the backside, but it's not quite enough. He's going to focus himself down on Zave, and now with a close quarters Reaper, it's only going to be bad news for Misfits. Gets the hook in, but unfortunately Manaton will fall to Taejeon, just bringing him closer to get those shotguns off in his stomach.
Yeah, the Hellfire shotguns. Really smart play by Lunatic High to know what their comp is in excel at, close quarters, and know where Misfits can really be pushed into a really bad position. So they get directly on point. They force the fight with the help of the wall. Even though Eska did get charged immediately, it allowed Taejeon a lot of freedom. He's at 71% of his ultimate. Look at the side of Misfits. No one's even close to that. So Lunatic High will definitely have ultimates up first. Not to mention if Reinforce keeps getting like walled off like this, if their support's not there on the rest of Misfits, then it's going to be really hard for them to take this point back.
Well, Tavik making that changeover already over to the McCree as well. It's working out well from Zebasai onto the Diva as well. That's Reinforced launching one off the side. That's a great little shot there. Toby getting plucked out of the air there. Esker gets himself the shot though. The icicle to the face of Tavik will be enough to slow him down. Zave goes down, and just as we saw on the poll twice over already, Lunatic High get themselves that first point early and hold it solidly. Now, I don't know whether that was a misclick for Dean there. I was just looking, I was thinking, okay, he's in no danger, but that could be a big deal.
But I mean, something we just saw is something you pointed out. Like, you lose that first fight, you lose 0%.
Oh, dear.
And Lunatic, even though they lost a couple of people immediately in that fight with Miro getting charged, they set ultimates to counter this one with. And again, Inviational going to be coming back in with the Death Boss and picking up 2. Even Miro gets a charge on a reinforce, and Lunatic will hold again.
No one looked in the corner, and that's the deadly duo. Eska practicing his shots there on his teammates. So while Dean did use his Transcendence a little early or a little randomly, maybe a bit of a misclick, it doesn't seem to have affected them. Now they have Blizzard available, which is going to freeze up that point, 79% and counting. It's going to be really hard for Misfits to try and clear them out now.
Especially with the Blizzard on the point when you have to kind of fight on as Misfits. So maybe somehow Zebasai can actually eat the Blizzard.
There it is.
They won't be able to. That's your shot coming through, not connecting either, and the charge will come in to follow up with. But Zebasai, you got the boop on a Toby. He knocked him off the entire map here. That's 2 quick kills for Misfits. And now with ultimates to use, they might be able to take this one back.
Oh, Zebasai gets himself another there. That's Tajan going down, but Tavik has been dealt with. Dean takes him out. Zave, though, and they do clear the point out. So Misfits finally get themselves a little marker on the board as we hit overtime. And it was about time as well. Dean does drop himself out. Now, they have a good ult build-up as well in their bank as well. You can see it stacked out there. So Misfits in a pretty good position to hold this.
I really want to point out though really quickly, Eska had such a sexy wall off with his mate because he walled off the self-destruct to keep him and Jaehong alive so they continue to fight. Obviously it didn't matter in the end, but it was still really cool to see someone using that mechanic. Tavik gonna get taken out by a helix struck out of Eska. Well, he's popping the Deadeye, even Tajan getting stuff off towards the side, but that's gonna be huge.
That could be huge. Sound Barrier does luckily get down and Sage reinforced. He got sleep darted there. You can see the Graviton Surge forcing him in there. This is disastrous. Lunatic High absolutely smashing them to oblivion. That is going to be the point switching over. Overtime or not, that is Misfits just wrecked. Tavik comes back. He's the last man standing after getting back in there, but he's dead already. Dean takes him down with the orbs.
And there we go. Lunatic High will take the first point. That is going to be tough. That's going to be a tough pill for Misfits to swallow. Because remember, this is not a best of 5 here on the Lijiang Tower. It's a best of 3.
Yeah.
So
one more round, that's it.
Point, it's over. And now...
It's a long flight home.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean,
a long flight home and a pretty sad Christmas, I think, for Misfits if this is the case, because they don't have that luxury of having one in the bank. And you can see what it means to them, the focus on their face. It's not the happy smiles that we saw at the start of the game. Some serious, serene focus required.
It just seems so weird that they keep doing the same comps over and over and over again and expect it to change, the result to change. But
this is also obviously what you get from a team that literally has practiced for 5 days. They practiced a certain comp. I mean, they practiced a certain map. They practiced a few things, and they just haven't. Obviously, all the players are flexible. We know they are. That's the reason that they've recreated this team. They've shifted things around to fix the meta, but we'll see how it works. We're straight into command center though. There's going to be the hook already. Tajan manages to catch on Manhattan. Eska gets the kill in the end. Miro gets another, and this is just as it's been all the way through. Tavik, run and hide because you're going down, and now the full flank comes in. Nevik's got nowhere to run. He's going to get picked off eventually, and Lunatic High are going to start off with the point once again. So
95% separates Misfits from going home already in the first game of the tournament or having another chance as we move on to Night Market. But you have the nano boost out of Dean. He's already ready to go. And considering Dean, he transitioned from main tank to being the main support player for the team, playing on the Ana, replacing Jaehong on the Ana. That's a tough ask, right? But he's been doing a fantastic job. He's hit a lot of really crucial sleep darts. He's able to deal with people 1v1 as well, like Jaehong did before.
He's been caught out of position a couple of times, I would say that. He's certainly been caught. You think back to Hollywood, but so far he's just got better and better. Miro's Earth Shatter around the side there. Only catches Manhattan out, not a great deal from it. A little aggressive on the Earth Shatter as well, but it's done enough to force Misfits back and bought them more crucial minutes on the scoreboard as it ticks past 40%.
Yeah, so that Earth Shatter was used because they wanted to solidify this position hold for Jaehong's Graviton Surge. So they 100% wanted to commit what they needed to maintain the spot because of how effective and how much of a choke point this is going to be here. Zebasai has to somehow eliminate this Graviton Surge, but he runs straight past them, gets it down. They're going to be pulled all together, but there's still that shield there to protect them.
Oh, self-destruct thrown in there. This could be devastating. It's a double self-destruct. Back and forward they go. Eska's the one that comes out on top. You can see Tavik trying to force him away. He has a Graviton Surge of his own, but the rest of his team are down 65% and counting, and it keeps on ticking. Lunatic High, though, realize they might have to give up some ground here.
Yeah, they're just going to back away a little bit here. Hope that Tajan can get a nice hook to actually get a pick so they have the man advantage. But they do have the longevity. They have the sound barrier, so at least they have that support ultimate to use. problem is the Graviton Surge, and Misfits are not going to hold back these Ultimates because they need this point, and they need it now.
Oh, they managed to catch it. It's going to work out well. There's a sound barrier going down the whole hog, pumping in towards that shield, but nobody goes down from the total combo of ultis, and that's a big deal. Misfits really could have done with something there. Now, Reinforcer's still got the Earth Shatter. He manages to catch one down, but it didn't really have a great effect. Miro gets the pin on him in the end. Matterton forced away. He can't get himself the kill down. Zebasai will pick off Dean eventually, but that is about all. Zave gets another on Tajan, but the rest of the team are coming round, and Miro lands the Earth Shatter that may well end the tournament for Misfits, as Lunatic High are in a little bit of trouble. They're getting forced off point at last.
Yeah, somehow Misfits actually maintain this one. They hold on strong here. As mentioned, even switch over to Tracer to try to at least help out, but they capture the point, so 99% for Lunatic High. Misfits at 5. Let's see if they can turn things around. They don't really have any ultimates to use here. Neither does Lunatic High at this rate, but for the way Lunatic High has been playing, it's just been, in general, more solid in terms of these compositions, in terms of how they play the comp correctly and how they don't really make any mistakes.
Tivik just got Graviton Surge tick in. That could be a massive part in this fight once again. You can see him rushing forward. He wants to get it down. He gets the use off, and it's going to work out well. This time they do have the damage coming through. Nevix gets himself rolled. Reinforce flies on through, and Lunatic High get themselves picked apart there. One ulti used, and that is a successful hold. 30% and counting for the Misfits.
Such a sexy bio grenade out of Nevix. You can't underestimate how important that is, because he hits it on every single man on the Takai, so there's just no way you're going to heal any of the damage that's being done, and they just collapse on them, able to save quite a few ultimates on top of that. And now, with an Earth Shatter and a Self-Destruct to use, Lunatic has still nothing available except Jaehong's going to have Graviton Surge soon. It's going to be tough for the retake.
The problem is that Lunatic High, after this fight, are going to have a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Zebasai has to land his self-destruct perfectly. Launches
the Earth Shatter!
He's going to get it around the side. Will get himself to... Oh! What? Blew them away there.
No,
yeah, he got the D-suit. Okay, he managed to get them out there. It will force them away, and it will hold them off. 60% and counting for Misfits to keep their tournament hopes alive.
But like you said, Lunatic High are going to come back with a decent amount of ultimates. A Sound Barrier, the Graviton Surge, and Misfits have only a Nano Boost. Though Tuvik is already back up to 85%. Well, yeah. Like, this is actually really well done by Tuvik to just build up this much ult percent, just do this much raw damage in these fights to have his Graviton Surge up again.
Okay, it's going to be a flank around the side. Are they going to go up high? Are they going to go straight through the middle? They're going straight through the middle. Okay, look at this. The flanking Graviton Surge is going to catch them off guard. They're not looking. They're not expecting it. There's the Graviton Surge. The self-destruct gets launched in there, and Lunatic High forces them down. Nevix gets picked off. The damage is enough from Lunatic High, and Misfits just getting wrecked around the side. They were not expecting that. Beautifully, beautifully flanked from Lunatic High.
And Nevix was the man to go down. He's the one that had his only ultimate available to go here, and we're taking away.
That is it.
High is throwing in a contest. Zave's finally going to be able to come in.
That is all she wrote. That's going to be the hook. Matterton pulled in. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Lunatic High will take it 3-0. Misfits are out of the Intel Extreme Masters, and Gyeonggi already in the first game. The new team, it certainly performed well. We shouldn't write them off. They did well. I mean, they took it to 2 overtimes, 2 tiebreakers on the ball, but, you know, the signs were there already. Control point maps were very much, but the control point maps were very much going Lunatic High way, no doubt about it.
It's really unfortunate for Misfits because I think everyone out there wanted to see how they perform, like in a longer match. Like, it's a best of 5, like, and you lost 3 straight, so you had your opportunities, but maybe they're just not comfortable with each other yet. And it goes back to what we said before of, yeah, they have all these flexible players, yeah, they have the potential to do all these different compositions and all of these different strategies, but have they had the time to practice it? And is the meta really going to allow that to happen too well? But Lunatic High with their switches, with Dean and Jaehong switching over roles basically, one going to flex DPS, one going to support, they did well. They did extremely well. And now they'll be up against AF Blue in the semifinal tomorrow.
Well, I mean, Misfits can't write them off. Like I say, they held off for 7 minutes. It was on Volskaya. It's not something, obviously, that most teams have used to playing because it hasn't really been in a tournament format for quite a while, actually. I'm trying to think when it last was. It wasn't used the DreamHack, was it?
No, not as far as I remember.
No, I can't think if it was, but well, I think there's still definitely a lot more to come from Misfits, but we won't be seeing that until the new year, that's for sure. For now, it is Lunatic High, as you mentioned, going through to face Africa Freaks Blue, I believe, because Rogue will be waiting. That is going to be an absolute tasty, tasty semi-final, of course. Coming up, it's going to be Gyeonggi Panthera, if I can speak correctly, against Luxury Watch Red, or more of a Luxury Watch Purple, because it's kind of a combo of both red and blue.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. I can't wait to see actually how that one's going to work out with Pine. I know Uber's really excited to cast Pine and Nanohana together. But last thing I want to say for Lunatic High, that was a big victory for them too, because that was the revenge against Tvik and Reinforce, who they've struggled with so many times in the past, losing the APAC finals to them after they beat them in groups. You gotta get the revenge on them, and to kind of show that it really worked out for them. The swaps they did, it kind of reinforces the idea that this is a team that can still stick together. We don't need to have any roster swaps, just maybe role changes.
Yeah, just a couple of changes. As we mentioned already, obviously Lunatic Luxury Watch Red versus Gyeonggi Panthera is coming up next.